there, this is Tiff and welcome to the Tiffany Micah podcast. What we do here is we solve your problems so that you're out there working on achieving your big dreams and big goals. So when you listen to these episodes, if you can do me a favor, take a screenshot of the episode that you're actually listening to, share it on social media and share it with your friends with hashtag potential with Tiff, so that I can give you a shout out and really thank you for listening, because I'd really appreciate it. Hey there, this is Tiff from Tiffany Micah podcast and welcome to today's lessons learned. That's right. So we're at the end of another week. We're always learning lessons every day, really, aren't we? But what I wanted to share with you this week was a big lesson that I found that this is what I used to do, and I was very good at doing this in the sense of not doing it, and it created a lot of tension in my life, created a lot of strain in my relationship with my husband, created the tension in the fact that I felt like I was just chasing my tail all the time, and I don't want this to be you. So this is why I'm sharing this lesson. I have massive breakthrough with this, especially over the last few years. And I've really been very diligent on making sure I'm doing it incredibly detailed now, so that I'm always ahead. I'm not falling behind, not getting stressed, and being in control. Okay. So I want you to think about it this way: is have you ever felt like you've been one of those puppy dogs, one of those puppy dogs that they notice their tail and they just run round and round in circles, like incessantly chasing their tail. Like you're feeling like you're going round and round in circles. Have you ever felt that way? Because that used to be me. And if you don't live in Australia and you're somewhere else around the world listening to this, we have some sayings here that we tend to call it, like a blue ass fly in a pickle jar, or a chook with its head cut off, right? So you're just like going crazy and just all over the place. So this could be you, and this used to be me. And up until a few years ago, this is how I constantly felt. I felt like I could never get anything done. I'd find that I would run in and then fly back out of the house. I was always poorly prepared for everything. I was just getting stuff done, even just around the house, just general stuff. I just felt like I was always falling behind, very poorly prepared, never felt in control, always felt out of control. And to be honest, with sport, it was my comfort space. And I was very much at home with that. So I didn't feel as much like that as I did with everything else in my life. But the things that I would do, especially in work and in life, is I'd always be putting things off. So I'd be procrastinating a lot, and I'd be avoiding things so I wouldn't have to deal with it. But they'd come up eventually anyway, but I kept avoiding it until last moment. So I was always reacting to things versus actually preparing for things. And you may be feeling like that too, because I always felt like I was flying from one thing to the next, reacting, and felt like I was out of control. And when I look back now, I just go, wow, what a reactive life that I was living. And my husband used to call me a cyclone, because I'd be going, whoo, and then go again. And I see people that I work with are actually like that. And I'm like, whoa, I'm so glad I'm out of that space now. But it was living a reactive life. And what I mean by living a reactive life is always feeling like you're just so busy, and you're busy at being busy, but you feel like you never get anything done. You're not productive. You're all over the place, and you feel very much out of control. And I'll tell you, I'm so relieved that I don't live that way anymore. And especially over the past few years, I've been really working on being prepared. And this year, I've been really focused on refining it. So the thing and the message I want to get across to you today is not to have that lack of preparation and being prepared, but how can that help you? So I'm going to give you some things that you can look at. Just these are general things that are actually going to help you just in everyday life, and then you can not only use them in everyday life, you can use them towards your sport as well. So number one is pre-cooking meals. So Sunday afternoons, I actually cook all our meals for the week so that I don't have to worry about it when I come home from work. Sometimes I come home late from wherever I'm working on the day, and I don't feel like cooking. So I make sure that our meals are cooked for the week, and also for my husband, so he doesn't have to worry about it. It's done for him. He's got a busy life as well. So, they're all put in the freezer. We get a meal out in the morning, let it defrost. So it's good. Saves so much time. And it only takes a couple of hours on a Sunday afternoon to do that. Number two, setting outcomes for the week. So setting outcomes for life and work and for sport, everything else that we want to achieve. Incredibly important, because once you set your outcomes for what you want to achieve for the week, then it's you know what you're working towards, don't you? You're not reacting, you're working towards something. So once you set your outcomes for the week, number three, you're creating plans. So you craft those plans on how you're going to get it done. So all the action steps that need to be taken in order for that to happen. So that's number three. Number four, here's a really good one. When your car's quarter full of petrol, fill it up. Go and fill it up. Don't leave it until the light comes on. Go and fill it up when it's a quarter full. Again, it stops you from wasting time, valuable time. Number five, knowing, for me especially, it's knowing what to teach. So whether I'm sharing an episode with you on a podcast show, or I'm training my niece's soccer team, or I'm teaching golf, or I'm, working with a client in helping them reach their potential. It's all about knowing what to teach, how to help them so that they get the maximum value out of that, so that they're very much prepared, because we want to make sure that we've got those simple things in place where when in control, we don't feel stressed. We don't feel like we're falling behind. We're taking charge. Okay, so we've got to make sure that we've got that in place. Number 6, days to do your washing. So I have schedule of Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday to have washing done. Again, the basket never gets too full. Stay ahead of it, keeping the house nice and tidy and in control, right? Again, something very, very simple. If we do that in our life, we can do that better in our sport. And number 7, when to wash and clean the car. So I have a certain day that I can go and wash the car, clean the car, so that, again, I'm staying on top of that because I like my car to be nice and clean and presentable. Very simple things that we can have in place, but then we don't find that we're not falling behind. We're not feeling like things are getting on top of us. And it's very simple, isn't it? So number 1, pre-cooking meals, like a Sunday afternoon. Number 2, setting outcomes for the week. Number 3, crafting plans. Number 4, fill up the car full of petrol when it's got a quarter of a tank. Number 5, knowing what to teach. Number 6, days to do the washing. Number 7, when to wash and clean the car. Very simple, isn't it? So when you have a very simple structure like this in place, you come for a space of being in control rather than coming from a place of being unprepared or late or stressed or who knows what. Okay, we don't want to feel that way. So I hope you enjoyed today's lessons learned. I'd love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today in these lessons learned episode. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these lessons learned, I'd really appreciate too if you could share these with your friends, because we want them to reach their potential as well. And if you have 30 seconds to spare, I'd really appreciate a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. So I want you to dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Have an awesome day. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening today. If you have any questions about the frustrations that you're actually going through right now, come over and visit my site, tiffany-mika.com, and you will see on the homepage I've set up Ask Tiff. Now what Ask Tiff is this is where you can ask me a question and I will record an episode for you on how to solve that frustration or those frustrations you're actually going through, so that we can get the problem solved for you so that you're actually out there achieving your big dreams and goals. So if you want me to mention your name in the episode, happy to do so. If you don't, I can keep it anonymous. It's fine by me. But make sure you go over and go to the Ask Tiff on the homepage of my website. If you've just got 30 seconds to spare, I'd also appreciate if you could leave a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. And remember, take a screenshot, add the hashtag potential with Tiff so that I can give you a shout out for sharing these episodes on social media. I'd really appreciate it. And remember this, always, always, always dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams.